Welcome to the James Fickle Show. Here is your host, James Fickle.
Howdy everybody, I'm James Fickle, and this is the James Fickle Show. How y'all doing today? Are you doing good? Are you feeling good? Are you happy? Because I always want everybody out there to be happy. So, I'm gonna quote my favorite scripture like I always do, and I want you to remember that for every single day. The reason I remind you every week is because sometimes we get in a pickle, and sometimes we get in trouble or something, and sometimes the day is just plain seems like it is awful. But the thing of it is that no matter what, this is the day which the Lord hath made, and we need to rejoice and be glad in it. Now, I want you to remember that scripture, that this is the day which the Lord hath made, we will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118:24. All right. Today, my message today is gonna be about people who are they don't walk what they preach. They don't practice what they preach. I got a little saying, and it goes like this: don't you go talking what you're not walking, okay? Because if you're not actually out there living what you're preaching on Sunday, then and going to church on Sunday and then going back home, and then the next day you're somebody totally different than who you were in that building, because God just don't see you as that person in that building. He sees you every single day, and every single day you're a witness for God, not just on Sunday. So the day that goes for the day before Sunday, the days before, the whole week before Sunday comes. What kind of person are you? Are you a real Christian? Are you a real man or woman of God? Who are you? Are you serving God for real? Or are you just somebody who goes and sits on a pew? Are you a pew warmer? What are you doing? Now, my scripture of the day is 1 Corinthians 9:14. Even so hath the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. That means if you're going to preach it, you ought to be living it, because you ought not go out there and say one thing and then do another thing that you said you would never do, and you go against your own religion, your own Bible, your own teaching, and your own words, not just your words, but God's words. If you're not gonna walk what you talk, then you need to quit preaching. You need to quit preaching it, and you need to start practicing. Because I don't understand these people that what was wrong 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years ago, even centuries ago, is okay today. If it was wrong back then, what makes it okay today? People that 20 years ago couldn't have a TV can have a TV today. I don't understand why they can do that. I had a TV then, I got one now. What's the difference? What is the difference back then? If you couldn't do something 20 years ago, how come you can do it today? Why don't you stand on what you believe and keep on believing it and keep preaching it? Because if there was people 20 years ago saying that you got to do this and you got to live like this and you need to be living for God this way and you ought to serve Him this way, or you're not going to make it into heaven and you're not being a true witness of God, but then 20 years ago they change and they don't look anything or do anything that they used to or stand for anything that they used to preach, then what do you think that makes them look like? I want you to know that you not need to go talking what you're not walking, and you don't need to turn from what you're preaching either. Because I'm going to tell you right now, God is the same today, tomorrow, and every day, no matter what. He don't change, and we shouldn't change either for nobody, nothing, or anything. People I know that things get tough, we're human and everything, but you gotta stand on your foundation, alright? Don't you go talking what you're not walking, okay? I'm James Fickle, and this is the James Fickle Show. God bless you, everybody.
You've just listened to The James Fickle Show.